like traffic lights. I like traffic lights. That is what
Hi,
I said.
Internet. This is
I
Rachel
like traffic
with a few
lights.
driving tips for DC. First of all, my first rule is be patient, because patience is a virtue. And as you're sitting there in traffic, wanting to tear your hair out, or maybe searching for a gun to blow your brains out because you just can't handle the traffic anymore, just take a deep breath and picture yourself in your happy place and just be patient. Because if you do this, know that ultimately you will be a better person. My second rule: stop occasionally in some random place for some unknown mysterious reason, for no reason at all. Just in the middle of traffic, block one lane, two preferably, because of reason number one. Because the people behind you, you know in your heart, need to learn this virtue of patience. And number three, slow. Go slow for the same reason as rule number two. Just slow down. Even though traffic may zoom past you, turn left. Turn left. Left. You know, in front of oncoming traffic. Preferably where there is no specific lane to turn left, should you turn left. In fact, if you find a traffic light with a left arrow, you should move on and look for an intersection, a crossroad, in which there is no specialized left lane, so that you can stop traffic or slow traffic or make people drive around you for the reasons expressed in rule number one. The people behind you desperately, desperately need to learn the lesson of patience, and you need to teach it to them. Also, traffic laws. Advice, really, just advice. Really optional. So, yeah. But parking restrictions, not so much. Which brings me to a word on parking. A word on parking is don't. Don't ever, ever, ever park in DC. Just don't. I have a few words of advice for city planners. We always want to keep city planning consistent with the way they've done things in the past, to keep that historic harmony of the city, you know, to keep that traditional heritage. So, if you go into city planning and you work in DC, here's my advice for you. Never, ever, ever make it convenient for anyone to ever turn around, ever, in DC. It's not done. And see, here's the thing. Here's the mindset. Here's the philosophy. If someone has missed the turn that you have conveniently placed there for them, it is their fault. It should not be easy for them to remediate that sin. So you should never make it easy for someone to turn around. And if you should ever make the mistake, accidentally, of making a convenient turnaround point in the city of DC, you should use one of these signs. So for those of you planning to visit DC and for some inexplicable reason to drive in DC, these are my tips.
I like traffic lights. I like traffic lights. I like traffic lights. Oh God.